If you guys should join me. I did have some video to show you, but I don't have a desktop thing anymore, so I'm going to show you through a camera here in a little bit, but we're going to answer your questions about what's coming up. Let me get my social right there. Oh, it's reverberating. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, there we go. All right, hopefully everyone can hear me. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello. All right, I think I'm not reverberating anymore, but if I am, top cam, check, check, check. Okay. I think that's good. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me go check everything, and then we're going to go live. All right. Wait for people to join me. Join me now. All right. Let me check my live stream in here. All right. Check, check, check. All right, good. All right. All right, so we are going to get rocking and rolling here. Let me go on Instagram real quick, and then we'll go over everything, guys, that we have here. There goes my grenade. So I'm going to answer some questions for you. Okay, good. So that's working. Good, good, good. Let's go on Instagram Live. Sorry for the delay if you're watching me right now, but I'm just getting everything settled. We'll go on Instagram Live too. All right. So I brought this out of nowhere, right? So New Orleans. So back, I would say, I said 2017, I think somewhere, but I looked back, it was 2019. Okay. We were looking at interesting places, and one of them was the New Orleans facility. And when we had initially requested at that time, there was another event producer called Airsoft Republic. And Airsoft Republic had some issues as well. Now, there is a new ownership group that is working to demo that facility to build it into a community building facility. I think there's going to be studios on it. There's going to be like a recreation center. I guess in that area in North New Orleans, Northwest New Orleans, it just never got rebuilt. So it's kind of trying to be an ecosystem of life. So we had a few options once we got in contact with them a few months back of dates and times to do things. One of those was this June date, and that's the one that we chose, and that's the one we're going with. At some point here in the next few months, they're going to start their demolition. I think they had told me it was either very late September, early October. So we're only given a gift of a little bit of time to be able to utilize this facility before there's a full construction crew on the property. One of the other things, that drone footage here in a second, is that we wanted to provide you kind of like based on the window we had. I know the heat's rough in Louisiana. But we have a game plan for that, and we want to choose like the best time. I know hurricane season is between June and like September or October, and we wanted to hit at the beginning rather than at the end. So that's why we chose that date. And why, there's another question that came up. Why are we doing it so quickly? That's one of the reasons why. We either had this, or we could do it late in September or early in September, which we didn't want to do. We didn't want to do it in July because I'm pretty sure the heat is even worse in July. But we did walk the entire facility. One of the interesting things about, everything that we do is that these are cool, unique places, right? So they all have their extreme challenges because they've been vacant for so long. One of the interesting things with this venue is that we noticed that all the glass was gone. So I think it must have got washed out at times, but all the main areas where the walking paths are and everything like that are already cleared out. Now, going through the brush and stuff like that, that place has been pelted with livelihood or with plant life for decades. So there is a lot of that around, but ultimately most of the existing structures have stayed intact, which is kind of interesting and unique considering the humidity that is down there. We did walk the entire facility. It was interesting. We saw no wildlife, which was kind of odd, even by the lake, even in one of the forested areas. I didn't even see a squirrel or anything like that now that we know. It's just a lot of birds, which is interesting. But one of the things that we're going to this is like any other place that we host at. There has their challenges when it comes to player safety. And person safety. So we're taking that in mind. They do on site have 24-hour security there. We're working on a staff plan for that specifically because, again, this is supposed to be an interesting thing, not a safety thing, right? We want you to go out there and be excited and not have anything happen to you. So we're working through that right now. We have a whole team working right now to get that all situated. We already started, to be honest, planning that a couple weeks back. So we already have that. Ample porta-johns, ample access, ample routes. We're going to be doing this one a little bit differently based on kind of how keeping people out of certain areas, obviously. And we're just excited to be there. And, one of the things that we do and why we do what we do is we really like to give you guys great experiences, and we like to create some awesome content, and that's what we're doing this for. And for the people of Louisiana, we've not been down there. This is actually my first time that I went down to Louisiana. I've never been at all. I think I got almost close to Shreveport once. And after, Shelby got lost in Mississippi, I know you guys haven't had anything down there. There's been a lot of promises or anything like that, and I can get it. There's a lot of skepticism in certain things because of that. And that's totally fine and totally acceptable. When we got, I think it was the Calumet place in Michigan, people were like, no way, like, blah, blah, blah. And we did it. We make sure that the reason why we didn't announce something weeks ago or even last week is we want to make sure everything was secured, and we did do that. We actually secured it and have everything situated for the venue. So we're really excited, and we're really excited to come down to Louisiana. It was a very nice place, and yeah, that's all I have. Now I'm going to show you guys some of the for those who are watching, I'm going to show you guys some of the footage that I took real quick as like a scout footage. And let me get to that real quick. Let's go here. I'm going to play it on this camera here, so you're going to see us on this camera. Oops. Let me put this here. There we go. Hit it. So, let's get it out of the ring right there. Let me change this real quick. We're going to turn the ring off. Where is the button? There we go. All right, we're going dark mode. Let me play a different piece real quick. Sorry for, I wish I had my desktop. Maybe I'll get this going tonight again and I'll showcase it. And then I'll show you guys one more aspect here. Let me show you. I'm going to show you this real quick. The first couple are just going to be a little over 200, and then cap is 4. It's a reasonable size. So you guys can kind of, I'll zoom in here. Let me get you guys another view. I'll have the desktop view up later today. Let me go to another. Sorry, like I said, I wish my desktop thing was working right now, but it's all right. So yeah, I'll post some of that on Instagram for you guys. I know this is early and most of you are working right now, but yeah, we're just excited to do what we do here. Let's turn this back on. Whew, that's bright. And I'll just go live a little bit later today and kind of showcase everything on the main screen. But noon today, everything unleashes. Just so, like I said, so you guys know and understand, safety is our biggest priority on this, okay? Every place has its own inherent risks, but what we do and what we do differently is that we do our best to maintain the safest environment that is physically possible. Different, Aaron, it's probably not, and here's the reason why. So when we actually visited it yesterday, there's just too much opportunity to not be able to utilize the entire thing if it was. So there will be breaks in between because for just forced resets of things. Because if there wasn't, we were feeling that, so typically we do nonstop, it would get in the way of kind of that being able to do and see everything that you could. And yeah, and this is going to be, who knows what the future holds, right? I can only go over what we're told about when they're going to start the demo process. That might change in the future, might not. I don't know. We can only go off what they have. To give an example of this, we hosted a paintball event at Fort Monmouth, New Jersey. And we did 2 of them. We did one, it was 2019. We did 2 of them. And I was going to do one in 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. But I was thinking about doing a 3rd one in that 2019. And I said, maybe we do it not. And I didn't. And then guess what happened? It got sold, flipped, and now Netflix is going to build studios on it. And that'll be never used again. And that just happens at some of these places. It happens at malls. It happens, at some point people move on from these places and things change. Some things are a little bit more stable than others, like Florida, more stable than others. That's great. When it comes to the Calumet facility, that's going to be stable for a while. When it comes to Sherwood, stable. We got a lot of stability in a lot of the venues that we have. And, I'm just, like I said, overall, just really excited about this. And if there's going to be, I'm just here for you guys. Criticism, whatever. We're here to answer everything. And I don't care about any of that. I care about you guys the most on everything. So that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. And if you have any questions about us or the business or any skepticism or anything like that, just feel free to ask. Reach out. I mean, we're not hiding from anything. So that's what I say to some of you that are maybe skeptical. It's okay. We're here. We're going to answer your questions. And everything's solid. Solidified. June 7, 8, 9. That's right. Yeah. It is like the most creepy vibe, I'll tell you that much. Let me see. Did I have my phone? Oh, I have it right here. I forgot I'm talking on Instagram too. I forgot about that. It's really like a Fallout type vibe. Like, I know Fallout's like on everyone's heads right now, but it's interesting. I like it's really eerie in certain things. Like, you feel in an old separate world when you're out there. And to get to it is its own separate world. It's kind of like in a lost, forgotten part of New Orleans. It's even me surprising that's even part of New Orleans, how far north it is. But I don't know. New Orleans was real cool when we went down there. I'd never been there before, except the airport. The rental cars are a little bit tricky. So if you ever have any questions about that, we'll let you know on that. But we're gonna do and put on this. We're gonna document it because I don't think anything like this is going to happen again ever. Maybe in the future, but not in the next 5-7 years. I think it's going to be on the listing. It's going to be green and tan, same kind of thing, same kind of setup. So, but yeah, like I said, we're just excited about it. Sorry for my energy. It was a long day yesterday, and it takes a lot of work to put this stuff together, and we do it quick. And the reason we do it quick is we have the staff to do it, and they're focused and they're efficient. And we just get stuff done because sometimes that's what it takes because we're always working hard. Is there a lot of swamp? It's swampy. It's not swamp. It's swampy, meaning that like the ground is still ground, but in certain areas there's like a little bit of water. So it's not like a swamp. It's kind of like a ground that retains a little bit of water time to time. So when we walked around the facility, there was standing water in certain places, but there was standing water on pavement. It just kind of where the level was of everything. We walked the entire facility, I think 2 or 3 times. Nothing really, I mean, there's certain things, right? But like I said, there's no glass, which was kind of weird anywhere. I mean, little things, but not like normal. And then there was just foliage. I mean, for 17 years now, those bushes haven't been trimmed. And, that's going to add up. There's a lot of vines, we'll put it that way. And it's just like an epic background when you sit there and see like the roller coasters in the background. It's pretty gnarly. And yeah, didn't see any. I mean, there's probably is in the main center pool, but everything. Oops, that's my thing turned off. Turn off. They say there are some in the main center because there's like one main pond in the middle. And then there's other things, and I asked, and that's where they said some of them, do rest. It's a really big pond. Like, I mean, it's a pretty sizable pond in the middle. But anything that we have is not going to go by that pond. We're going to cut it off. And when we walked on the edge, we didn't see anything. But again, that doesn't say that there's not. But they do have on-site. They told me they do have on-site animal handlers too. So we're going to make sure we got the staff around as well to make sure that you guys are as prepped as possible. And just zigzag, I guess, right? That's what the Florida men say. Zigzag. Zigzag for the Gators. I think that's what they say. Zigzag. But yeah, so that's what we saw. I asked, they told me that there was like boars at one point on the property. The boars, they think they got most of them. I think they come out at night, but they got most of the boars. And yeah, we didn't go through the thick jungle aspect of it, but you won't be able to either in some cases because it's so thick. It's ridiculous in some areas, like insanely thick, like you couldn't get your arm through a certain area. But again, we're excited. This is what we do. It's one of our avenues that we do. And yeah, it's the main park, which is like 100-ish, but that also includes a lake. The lake is about like 20 or 30 acres in the middle. So there's 3 venues to get around the lake, and that's why we also wanted to take the intermissions or breaks and certain things, because we wanted to make sure that you guys could see everything and just get all the footage that we needed as well, because like I said, it is really unique. It's so cool. It's something that, like, in 2019 when we initially reached out, was something that I just saw, because I was looking at just different places. We just got done with the mall and just looking for different, unique things. And this stuff comes up quick, and you sometimes got to work fast. The first time we did in the mall, I think we had to come up within 4 weeks of signing it. So 4 weeks, that was all that we had. And we set everything up, got it working, and our staff is a lot bigger now than we had. That was 7 years ago now. 7 years ago now. So, yeah, I mean, we're just we do this for you, right? We do this for the player. Obviously, the more that we can do, the better. The reason why I brought all the tag-ins and the reason why I do and bring a lot of the stuff that we do sell is because of you guys, right? And our staff loves playing. They love helping you guys out. Probably one of the only airsoft companies that actually answers the phone. I know a lot of others don't, but we're here for you guys. That's why we do it. That's why a lot of you guys play airsoft, is unique things and that others don't get to experience. And yeah, we're just really excited about doing that for you. No, be damned about anybody else. It's all about you guys. It'll always be all about you guys. I get asked all the time, why don't you play? Because I'm not here to, my enjoyment is making sure that you guys have a great time. If I'm doing other things, it's a disservice to you guys. Oh yeah, Crescent's gonna be real cool. We visited that place, and we've been trying to get in that place for a while. And then there was some management changes and stuff like that, and we changed it. And we worked with them, and we're excited to be there. When it comes to event hosting, a lot of things. Disco Roughneck said hot. It was kind of hot down there. Again, we're dealing with a short window based on the knowledge that we have. So we had dates between now and September. Okay, September's into hurricane season, so we're like, and there's another thing going on, not maybe, and we didn't want to interfere with that. So we said, let's do this date. October, November, December weren't on the table because they say they're going to demo it. Trust me, I would have loved to do it in the cold, but we're going to take care of that. We're figuring out water stations. We're figuring out everything just to make sure that you guys don't have any issues. So that's another thing that we're working out right now, Aaron. That's the one piece of logistics that I don't know yet. So just to be upfront, I don't know that yet. Disco Roughneck is going. Oh, Dark Horse. Dark Horse Milsim's on here, and they always promise to come to an event. Just saying. But no, I mean, like I said, we do this for you guys, and there's gonna be it's what it is, So I'm really excited about it, and we're gonna do a great job for you. And yeah, what other questions do you guys have? I know, long time no talk. You don't call me anymore. The whole team. No one calls me anymore. Oh, okay. Someday. What gets you guys most excited about playing airsoft, by the way? Like, is it new airsoft guns? Is it places? Um, everything like that. I don't know. Our shorts a lot. I don't know about that yet. Okay, you got me two things that I don't know about. For those that just joined, I'm gonna go. There's plenty of stuff around that city. It's pretty actually bustling. The area that we're in, not so much, but the main area, there's a lot of stuff right there. Even in Mississippi, across the border, it's only like 30 minutes away from the border of Mississippi. So, 210. 210. That's all included, and then the last, I think, group that we're gonna do is gonna go to 250. But again, that's including rental, that's including the staff that we're going to bring, that's including the safety that we're going to add, that's including all the logistics that we're going to have to add. I didn't want to do that above that amount, but there's going to be other expenses that I normally would not have due to the facility that I wanted to make sure that you guys were, that's a safety thing. That's the reason why. Like I said, and everything's got its inherent risks, right? But we will do our best, and we've always done our best to ensure player safety first and foremost, because there's been some venues we've turned down before that had 20-foot pits. Could I have played in it? Yeah. Did I want people to fall in 20-foot pits? And there was a lot of them, so that's why we decided against it. Let's go here. I'll show you guys this. I'll show Instagram a little video, and then we'll go from here. Oh, you can hear me. Sweating like a hog. Sweating like a hog. There we go. There we go. You guys can see some of that. It's one of the like jumpy things, or the jumping back and forth. But we'll have a lot. I'll put some of this stuff on Instagram so you guys can see it during our scout. So yeah, that's what it is. Lancer Tactical, don't come to my events anymore. So calling you out. You should. I need a guest star. But no, so we got, just to go over everything, we got our Sky Shield in 2 weeks. We have in 8 weeks. Well, this is in 5.5. And then after that, we have our MUTC. And then, the sky's the limit. So, again, I'm repeating myself multiple times, but we're just excited for you guys. That's it. That's all it is. I don't care about anything else. I just care about you guys. Let's see who else comments me on Instagram. I'm just looking here real quick. And sometimes in life, you have to move quick. That's just the way it goes. What other questions you guys have real quick? And then we'll get rocking and rolling. I'll do something tonight too, because I'll have the desktop thing up as well, so I can share my desktop. But again, EG67s, people have asked, are going to be end of May, first week of June. And then tag-ins, I have a restock next week of the 4s, AFG 4s and 6s. And then another restock the end of May of 4s and 6s. And then another restock mid-June. And then another restock of July. They're making us, the tag-ins are so in demand, they're like making us go out to like July to pre-order. It's nuts. It's freaking nuts. But all good, you know what I'm saying? And again, last message for those that may have not known us here at Mirror Tactical, we're accessible. So if you have any questions, we're an open book for the most part. Most things. Not everything, but most things. And we're just here to help. Here to have a good time and rock and roll. Just like people go to Guardian Center. There's multiple people that go to Guardian Center. There's multiple people that go to other venues. This one's going to go away. So you guys have a great day. We'll see you later today. I'll post when we're going to live. And I'm going to go get a little bit of sleep so I can be a little bit more energetic for this afternoon. But everything launches at noon, mirrortactical.com/events. And if anything changes, which we don't anticipate anything, just so you're aware, we're here. We're not going anywhere. Okay, so we're not running away. We're here. But based on everything as it sits right now, we're rocking and rolling. Everything's locked in. And we're not going to tease you anymore. Have a good day.